Unlock the limitless power within you by embracing your true strength. It's time to stop doubting, stop holding back, and start believing in your ability to transform your life. Your inner power is waiting. Are you ready to claim it today? Let us open our hearts and recognize a divine truth unfolding in our lives. The universe, guided by God's infinite wisdom, is always working in our favor. Sometimes this divine grace exposes those who do not walk in love and honesty, those whose actions stem from self-interest, manipulation, and control. The journey of life is filled with relationships and connections that shape who we are and how we perceive the world. While many of these relationships are nurturing and supportive, there are times when we encounter individuals who mask their true intentions. These people can be charming and persuasive, often appearing to be everything we need or desire in a friend, partner, or ally. Yet beneath the surface lies manipulation, self-interest, and deception. In moments like these, divine truth steps in, shining its light into the shadows to reveal what was once hidden. God's wisdom is infinite and far beyond human understanding. While we may be blinded by appearances or emotions, God sees clearly into the heart of every person. When someone's true nature is hidden from us, it is not because we are unworthy of knowing the truth, but because the timing is not yet right. There is a divine process at work, a plan that ensures we are ready to handle the revelation and act in alignment with our highest good. When God begins to expose deception, it can be a painful and disorienting experience. You may find yourself questioning your judgment, wondering how you missed the signs. But understand this: the unveiling is not meant to punish or shame you. It is an act of love and protection. God is showing you what you need to see so that you can step away from harm and reclaim your peace and power. The exposure of deception often comes with clarity that feels like a weight lifted from your soul. Things that once felt confusing or unexplainable suddenly make sense. The behaviors that didn't align with words, the subtle manipulations that left you doubting yourself, all of it becomes crystal clear. This is the power of divine truth. It cuts through the fog of illusion and brings light to what was once obscured. In this process, it's important to trust the unfolding. There may be moments when you wish you could return to ignorance, where the truth feels too heavy to bear. But remember, God would not reveal something to you without giving you the strength to handle it. The very act of exposure is a sign that you are ready to see, ready to heal, and ready to grow. It's also important to remember that the unveiling of deception is not about condemnation. God's light is not only exposing the narcissist or deceptive person, but also illuminating your path. It's showing you where your boundaries were crossed, where your trust was misplaced, and where you may need to stand stronger in your own self-worth. It's a call to reflect, not to dwell in anger or resentment, but to learn and grow. This process is not easy, but it is necessary. When deception is exposed, you are given the opportunity to make choices that align with your true self. You can choose to step away, to release the toxic relationship, and to reclaim the peace and love that are your birthright. It's not about revenge or bitterness, it's about setting yourself free. Divine truth also brings with it the reminder that you are not alone. Even in the midst of heartbreak or confusion, God's presence surrounds you. He is guiding you, comforting you, and strengthening you for the journey ahead. When you lean into this divine support, you will find the courage to face the truth and take the steps needed to protect your spirit. As you move forward, allow yourself to heal. Healing is not linear, it takes time and patience. You may feel anger, sadness, or grief for what you've lost or for the illusion that was shattered. These feelings are valid and deserve your compassion. But don't let them define you. Each day, Choose to let a little more light in, to affirm your worth, and to believe in the goodness that still exists in the world. Through this process, you will discover a profound truth about yourself. You are resilient, you are strong, and you are worthy of relationships that honor your spirit. The exposure of deception is not just about removing toxic people from your life, it's about making space for the love, kindness, and honesty that you deserve. So when God's light shines and reveals what was hidden, embrace it with gratitude. Trust that this revelation is a gift, even if it doesn't feel like one at first. Let it guide you toward a life of authenticity, where every connection is rooted in truth and every step is aligned with your highest good. You are being led toward a brighter, freer, and more fulfilling future, one where divine truth always lights your path. In life, there are moments when we find ourselves in relationships or situations that don't feel entirely right. We may sense that something is off, but for various reasons, the truth remains hidden or unclear. Sometimes we wait for answers, longing to see things for what they truly are. It is during these times that we must trust the divine timing of exposure, understanding that God's wisdom is far beyond our own and that everything unfolds in its perfect time, even when we cannot yet see the bigger picture. We often find ourselves wishing for immediate clarity, wanting to uncover the truth about others or our circumstances right away. We may feel frustrated when things seem to drag on or when we can't see the reality of a situation. But divine timing operates on a different plane. It isn't bound by human impatience or expectations. God knows exactly when we are ready to handle the truth and when the revelation will bring us the most healing. What might feel like a delay or frustration is often God's protection, ensuring we have the strength, wisdom, and clarity to understand and act when the moment is right. Sometimes we may question why we didn't see things sooner or why it took so long for the truth to come to light. But the divine plan always has our highest good in mind. When truth is exposed, it is not just for the sake of unveiling deception, it is also about timing. If the revelation comes too early, we may not be equipped to process it fully. If it comes too late, we may have already been hurt too deeply. But when the moment arrives, we are in the perfect place to understand, to heal, and to move forward with grace. The timing of exposure allows us to grow in ways we cannot predict. It gives us space to learn, reflect, and understand our own role in the situation. Sometimes the delay in truth's revelation teaches us patience, while other times it helps us recognize our own patterns of behavior or how we may have allowed things to continue without questioning them. The divine timing is a chance for us to expand, to become more aware of who we are and what we truly want in our relationships and in our lives. It's also essential to understand that the timing of exposure is not just about us. Sometimes people need time to reach their own awareness, to come to terms with their actions, or to have their hearts softened. God's timing doesn't only consider our readiness, but also the readiness of others involved. Even though it may be difficult to see, the truth is unfolding in the right moment for all parties involved, so that healing, reconciliation, or release can take place in the best way possible. Trusting divine timing means releasing the need for control. We often think that if we could just figure things out faster or force certain truths to come to light, we would feel better or safer. But in reality, trying to rush the process or manipulate the timing only leads to more confusion and frustration. When we trust God's timing, we release the need for immediate answers and embrace the belief that everything is happening as it should. This trust is not a passive surrender, but an active decision to lean into faith. It is an understanding that God is always at work, Even when we cannot see the immediate effects, every moment of uncertainty is an invitation to grow in faith and trust. When we allow ourselves to surrender to the divine timing of exposure, we open ourselves to a deeper sense of peace. Trusting the timing also invites us to stop judging our progress by external standards. We live in a world where we are conditioned to expect immediate results, to want answers and solutions quickly. But the most profound transformations and revelations often take time. The divine knows that the timing of exposure must be in harmony with your own journey. It will not come too early or too late. It will come when you are truly ready. As difficult as it can be, we must remember that the universe is always conspiring in our favor. Even when we feel in the dark, even when the truth seems hidden, divine wisdom is at work. The moment of exposure will come at the right time, and when it does, you will be equipped to handle it. In the meantime, trust the process. Trust that each moment is part of your divine unfolding. Lean into faith when the truth isn't clear and believe that the perfect moment will arrive. When it does, you will be able to see the situation for what it is, make empowered choices, and begin to heal. Remember that the truth has its own timing, God's timing, and it is always for your highest good. Trust it and know that everything is unfolding as it should. Pain is an inevitable part of the human experience, and it often feels like something we would prefer to avoid. Whether it's emotional pain from heartbreak, the sting of betrayal, or the anguish of loss, we tend to associate pain with suffering. But if we take a deeper look, we begin to understand that pain, while difficult and uncomfortable, is also a powerful catalyst for personal growth. It is through our greatest struggles that we often discover our most profound strengths and wisdom. When we face pain, we may feel overwhelmed by the weight of our emotions, wanting to push it away or run from it. Yet, it is in the very act of facing our pain that we unlock the potential for healing and transformation. The universe and divine wisdom work in mysterious ways, guiding us through these challenging times, not to punish us, but to help us grow. It's in the darkest moments that we are given the opportunity to rise, to rebuild, and to become more aligned with our true selves. Pain forces us to confront what we may have been avoiding. It strips away the layers of denial, distractions, and false beliefs that we may have built around ourselves. When life throws us into moments of hurt, we can no longer hide behind our old ways of thinking or behaving. Pain brings clarity. It pushes us to take a closer look at the choices we've made, the relationships we've nurtured, and the patterns we've followed. It shows us what no longer serves us and invites us to let go of things that may have been holding us back. Through pain, we learn the power of vulnerability. When we face difficult emotions head-on, we allow ourselves to feel deeply. This is not weakness, it is strength. The ability to be vulnerable and open with our emotions is the path to true healing. It allows us to process our pain and gain insight into what needs to be released, healed, and transformed. Without the willingness to feel, we cannot grow. Pain teaches us that we are not defined by our struggles, but by how we choose to rise above them. The process of healing and growth doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, patience, and a willingness to sit with discomfort. But in that space of discomfort, we begin to shed old identities and limiting beliefs. We come to realize that pain does not have to break us, it can refine us. It is through the cracks of our brokenness that light enters. The rawness and honesty that pain brings allow us to reconnect with ourselves in ways that are often more profound than when life is smooth and easy. Personal growth through pain also teaches us about our resilience. It shows us how much we are capable of, even when we feel like we are at our breaking point. Every time we face adversity and come through it, we build inner strength. We gain confidence in our ability to endure, to heal, and to rise again. Each painful experience becomes a testament to our courage and a reminder that we are far stronger than we often give ourselves credit for. Furthermore, pain reveals the areas in our lives where we need to set healthier boundaries. When we experience hurt, especially from others, we learn where our limits have been tested or crossed. We discover what we are willing to tolerate and what we are not. This newfound awareness helps us to protect ourselves moving forward, ensuring that we no longer allow others or situations to overstep the boundaries we set to preserve our peace and well-being. Pain teaches us how to take better care of ourselves, how to honor our needs, and how to love ourselves more fully. On a deeper level, pain also offers us the chance to develop compassion. As we endure our own suffering, we are able to better understand the pain of others. We become more empathetic, more patient, and more willing to offer kindness to those who are struggling. Our own personal growth allows us to become better friends, partners, and human beings. The experience of pain fosters a sense of shared humanity, reminding us that we are all connected by the challenges we face and the healing we seek. Perhaps most importantly, pain teaches us the value of surrender. When we face pain, we come to realize that we cannot control everything. There are circumstances beyond our control, and sometimes the only choice we have is to let go and trust the process. Surrendering doesn't mean giving up, it means allowing ourselves to flow with life's rhythms instead of constantly resisting them. Through surrender, we open ourselves to the possibility of healing, growth, and divine intervention. So while pain may feel unbearable at times, it is through it that we are shaped into the people we are meant to become. It is not the pain itself that defines us, but how we choose to grow from it. Pain leads us to personal growth by revealing our strength, helping us build resilience, teaching us vulnerability and compassion, and guiding us toward greater self-awareness. The lessons we learn in our darkest moments are often the most profound, and the growth we experience through pain is what empowers us to move forward with grace, wisdom, and courage. When we begin to see pain as an opportunity for growth, we can approach life's challenges with more trust and acceptance. Each struggle becomes a stepping stone to becoming the person we are destined to be. And each moment of pain offers us a new layer of understanding and strength that will serve us throughout our lives. Love and forgiveness are two of the most powerful forces in the universe, capable of transforming lives and liberating the spirit in ways that nothing else can. When we hold on to resentment, anger, or bitterness, we unknowingly imprison ourselves. These emotions weigh us down, cloud our judgment, and prevent us from fully embracing the peace and joy that we are meant to experience. But when we choose love and forgiveness, we free ourselves from these chains and open our hearts to the abundant life that awaits us. Love is a healing force that has the ability to transcend pain, misunderstanding, and even the deepest wounds. It is not merely an emotion, but a state of being, a choice that we make every day. Loving ourselves is the foundation of all love. If we cannot offer compassion and understanding to ourselves, we will struggle to offer them to others. Self-love is the key that unlocks the door to all other forms of love. When we accept ourselves, flaws and all, we begin to experience a deep inner peace that radiates outward. This peace becomes a light that attracts positivity and warmth into our lives. However, love without forgiveness can become stagnant and incomplete. Forgiveness is not about excusing the behavior of others or denying the pain that we've experienced. It is about releasing ourselves from the burden of carrying that pain. When we forgive, we let go of the need for justice or revenge, choosing instead to heal ourselves and create space for love to flow freely. Holding on to past hurts only keeps us stuck in the past, and as long as we remain in that space, we cannot move forward. Forgiveness is a gift we give ourselves, not the person who has wronged us. It is a way of freeing our hearts and minds from the toxic hold that anger or hurt can have over us. It does not mean that we forget or condone what has happened, but it means that we choose to stop allowing the past to dictate our present. When we forgive, we no longer carry the emotional weight of old wounds, and in doing so, we liberate our spirits to experience the fullness of life. The process of forgiveness is not always easy. It takes courage to face the pain, acknowledge the hurt, and decide to release it. We may find ourselves grappling with feelings of anger, betrayal, or sadness as we try to let go of the past. But the more we practice forgiveness, the easier it becomes to forgive. It is a muscle that strengthens with use. The more we forgive, the more we open our hearts to love, and the more we free ourselves from the limitations that these negative emotions place on us. It is important to note that forgiveness does not always mean reconciliation. There may be situations where it is not safe or healthy to re-engage with someone who has hurt us. In such cases, forgiveness still plays a crucial role in healing, but it may be accompanied by the decision to move on and protect ourselves from further harm. Forgiveness frees us from the emotional grip that someone's actions have on us, allowing us to move forward with our lives without carrying the burden of resentment. The act of forgiving and choosing love is transformative. When we forgive ourselves, we release feelings of guilt, shame, and regret that hold us back from fully living in the present. We stop punishing ourselves for past mistakes, recognizing that we are all human and that we are worthy of compassion. When we forgive others, we release them from the negative energy that we may have been holding against them. This act of release allows us to move forward without the burden of emotional baggage, giving us the freedom to grow, evolve, and experience more peace and joy. Love and forgiveness are also deeply connected to our spiritual well-being. Holding on to negative emotions keeps us disconnected from our true essence and the divine source of love that resides within us. When we forgive, we realign ourselves with our higher selves, embracing the love and light that is inherent in our being. This alignment brings a sense of peace and fulfillment that cannot be found in external circumstances. It is through love and forgiveness that we begin to experience the divine peace that transcends all understanding, the peace that comes from knowing that we are whole, complete, and unconditionally loved. The beauty of love and forgiveness is that they are always available to us. No matter what we've been through, no matter how much pain we've experienced, we always have the power to choose love. We always have the power to forgive. It is a gift we can give ourselves at any moment, a choice that can radically change our lives for the better. And as we embrace this practice, we become living examples of what it means to free the spirit. When we choose love and forgiveness, we are no longer bound by the past. We no longer allow the mistakes or wrongdoings of others to define who we are. We step into our power, embracing our true selves and living fully in the present. We free our spirits from the emotional and mental prisons we may have built, and we open ourselves to a life of peace, joy, and love. The more we practice love and forgiveness, the more we become aligned with the highest version of ourselves, the version that knows true freedom and knows that love is the answer to everything. Releasing harmful relationships is one of the most empowering and healing choices we can make in our lives. Relationships, whether with family, friends, romantic partners, or colleagues, have the potential to uplift and nourish us, or to drain and diminish our energy. When we find ourselves in relationships that consistently hurt, manipulate, or diminish our sense of self-worth, it is essential to recognize the need for change. Letting go of such relationships is not about punishment or revenge, but about reclaiming our peace, our happiness, and our sense of self. It is an act of self-love, a commitment to our well-being, and an essential step toward living the life we deserve. The first step in releasing harmful relationships is recognizing the signs that the relationship is no longer healthy. Sometimes we become so accustomed to toxicity that we no longer see it for what it is. Emotional manipulation, constant criticism, disrespect, betrayal, and an ongoing sense of unhappiness are all indicators that something is wrong. We may rationalize these behaviors, convincing ourselves that things will improve or that we are somehow to blame for the issues. But the truth is, a healthy relationship should bring joy, support, and growth, not constant pain, doubt, and distress. A healthy relationship should empower both individuals, allowing them to become their best selves. Once we recognize the toxicity, it is crucial to stop ignoring the emotional and mental toll it is taking on us. Sometimes we stay in harmful relationships because we fear the unknown. We may be afraid of being alone or feel that we cannot do better. But staying in an unhealthy relationship only prevents us from growing and discovering our true potential. We must remind ourselves that we are worthy of love, respect, and kindness. We deserve relationships that bring us peace, support, and joy. And often the only way to create space for these positive connections is by letting go of those that no longer serve us. Releasing harmful relationships requires courage and strength. It may not be easy, especially if the relationship has been long-standing or if the other person is emotionally dependent on us. There may be guilt or fear of hurting the other person, but it is important to understand that staying in a harmful relationship does not help anyone. It keeps both parties stuck in unhealthy patterns, preventing growth and healing. Sometimes the most loving thing we can do for someone else is to let them go, allowing both of us the opportunity to heal and move forward. We must also recognize that releasing harmful relationships does not mean we have failed. It is not a sign of weakness but of wisdom. We are not responsible for the actions or behavior of others, only for how we allow ourselves to be treated. Letting go of a toxic relationship is an act of self-respect, and it is a testament to our understanding of our worth. We must trust that when one door closes, another opens. By letting go of the negative, we create space for positive, loving, and supportive relationships to enter our lives. Forgiveness plays a crucial role in the process of releasing harmful relationships. However, forgiveness is not about excusing harmful behavior. It is about freeing ourselves from the emotional hold the other person has on us. Holding on to resentment, anger, or regret keeps us emotionally tethered to the person, preventing us from fully healing. Forgiveness allows us to release the emotional baggage and move forward with our lives. It is essential to understand that forgiving someone does not mean we have to continue the relationship or tolerate mistreatment. It simply means that we are no longer allowing their actions to control our emotional state. As we release harmful relationships, it is important to establish new boundaries. Setting boundaries is not about being cold or distant, but about protecting our emotional health. We must communicate clearly what is and isn't acceptable in our relationships, ensuring that our needs are met and our self-respect is maintained. Boundaries help us build healthy, respectful connections with others and allow us to honor ourselves while still loving others. The process of releasing harmful relationships can bring up feelings of sadness, loneliness, or uncertainty. It is important to give ourselves permission to grieve the loss of the relationship, even if it was a toxic one. We may mourn the version of the relationship we hoped for or the potential we saw in the other person. Allowing ourselves to feel these emotions is a part of the healing process. We must be gentle with ourselves and understand that healing takes time. During this period of release, it is crucial to focus on self-care. We need to nurture ourselves both physically and emotionally. We can practice mindfulness, meditate, journal, or engage in activities that bring us joy and peace. Surrounding ourselves with supportive and loving people can also help fill the void left by harmful relationships. It is during this time of self-love and care that we begin to rediscover who we are outside of the toxic connection, learning to love and honor ourselves more fully. Releasing harmful relationships ultimately frees us to create space for the relationships that truly matter, those that are built on mutual respect, trust, and love. When we let go of toxic influences, we open ourselves to the possibility of building deeper, more meaningful connections with people who support our growth and share our values. We allow ourselves to attract healthier, more fulfilling relationships that nourish our spirit and help us become the best versions of ourselves. In the end, releasing harmful relationships is an act of love, both for ourselves and for those we choose to keep in our lives. It is a necessary step toward living authentically, finding inner peace, and creating the space we need for healthy, loving connections. By choosing to let go of what no longer serves us, we make room for new opportunities, deeper self-awareness, and relationships that truly elevate our lives. Affirming your inner power is a transformative practice that allows you to step into your true potential and live a life that is aligned with your deepest desires. We all possess an inner strength, wisdom, and resilience that, when tapped into, can carry us through even the most challenging times. However, for many of us, this power lies dormant, hidden behind self-doubt, fear, or external expectations. Learning to affirm and honor your inner power is a process of remembering who you truly are and embracing the incredible force within you that has always been there. The first step in affirming your inner power is to recognize that it exists within you. Every individual is born with unique gifts, talents, and qualities that make them special. Yet, societal conditioning, negative experiences, or external pressures can cause us to forget or undervalue our own strength. We may spend so much time looking outside ourselves for approval or validation that we overlook the power we hold within. Affirming your inner power begins with shifting your focus inward and acknowledging your worth. No one else can give you permission to be powerful. You must claim it for yourself. One of the most effective ways to affirm your inner power is through positive self-talk. The words we speak to ourselves shape our reality, and if we constantly tell ourselves that we are weak, incapable, or unworthy, we will begin to believe it. On the other hand, when we speak kindly and empowering words to ourselves, we start to internalize those beliefs. Phrases like, "I am strong, I trust my instincts, I am capable of overcoming any challenge, and I am worthy of success and happiness," can become powerful tools for reprogramming our minds and reinforcing our inner strength. Another important aspect of affirming your inner power is practicing self-belief. We often doubt ourselves when faced with challenges, questioning whether we have the strength or resources to succeed. But it's essential to remember that belief in yourself is not about being perfect or having all the answers. It's about trusting in your ability to navigate life's ups and downs. The more you affirm your belief in yourself, the more you start to take risks, push past limitations, and embrace new opportunities. When you trust in your inner power, you recognize that even if things don't go as planned, you will find the strength to move forward and learn from the experience. To truly connect with and affirm your inner power, it's also important to let go of limiting beliefs that have held you back. These beliefs are often formed from past experiences, societal expectations, or the opinions of others. For example, you may have been told that you're not good enough, not smart enough, or not deserving of success. These beliefs can become deeply ingrained and prevent you from fully embracing your potential. To affirm your inner power, you must identify and challenge these limiting beliefs, replacing them with empowering thoughts that reflect your true capabilities. You are not defined by your past or by the opinions of others. You are defined by the choices you make in the present and the belief you have in your own power. Affirming your inner power also means learning to trust your intuition. Your intuition is a powerful guide that, when followed, can lead you toward your highest good. However, many of us have been conditioned to disregard our inner knowing in favor of external advice or opinions. Learning to trust your intuition is a key part of accessing your inner power. It's the quiet voice inside that speaks to you when you are aligned with your truth. By listening to this voice and honoring what it tells you, you strengthen your connection to your inner power and begin to trust that you have the wisdom to make decisions that serve your highest purpose. Taking inspired action is another way to affirm your inner power. Affirmations are powerful, but they are only effective when paired with action. True empowerment comes from the ability to take steps toward your goals, even when fear or uncertainty arises. Each small action you take in alignment with your desires affirms your ability to create the life you want. Action demonstrates your commitment to your vision and shows the universe that you believe in your ability to manifest your dreams. Whether it's starting a new project, setting boundaries, or saying yes to new opportunities, each step you take is a declaration of your inner power and your willingness to step into your greatness. Another important practice in affirming your inner power is setting boundaries. Many people struggle to assert themselves because they fear rejection or conflict, but setting clear boundaries is an essential part of protecting your energy and staying true to yourself. When you set boundaries, you affirm that your time, energy, and well-being are valuable, and you will not tolerate anything or anyone that diminishes your sense of self-worth. This practice of self-respect strengthens your inner power and reinforces the message that you are worthy of love, respect, and kindness. Lastly, affirming your inner power involves taking care of yourself physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Your inner power thrives when you are in balance and alignment with your true self. Practicing self-care, whether through meditation, exercise, healthy eating, or simply taking time for yourself, allows you to replenish your energy and remain grounded. When you nurture your body, mind, and spirit, you send the message that you are worthy of care and that you honor the power within you. Affirming your inner power is a continual practice, a daily commitment to remembering and honoring the incredible strength that lies within you. It is a journey of self-love, self-trust, and self-belief. By shifting your mindset, letting go of limiting beliefs, listening to your intuition, taking inspired action, setting boundaries, and practicing self-care, you align yourself with the power that has always been within you. When you affirm your inner power, you open the door to a life of abundance, joy, and fulfillment, knowing that you are capable of creating whatever you desire.